This is where I thought I was going to set up my new Bellicon rebounder, but then I recorded this video and realized I was chopping my head off. And so I tried a different angle and the lighting was great. I thought it was going to be effective, but I just think the lighting is in the wrong angle coming from behind me instead of in front. So I'm going to move it. And have you ever made things more frustrating than they really need to be? Because this has removable legs. Like they're so easy to take off on this Bellicon that I want to give credit to them for having these removable legs. And yet I forgot all about that during this entire process. And I'm trying to jimmy it now through this weird, awkward corner and get it through here. But I made it just barely. And now I've got to make it out the door too without the bar or the legs knocking into anything. So seriously, I just made this way more difficult than it needed to be. But here we go. When we're going to take it outdoors, because what I realized is when I'm filming outside, you get a vibe and I get a vibe. I just love to be outside. I love the freshness of it. I love the breeze when there is one. There wasn't much today, but it just makes me feel better. So I really, 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 really want to encourage you that if you have the opportunity and you have the portable option, now I was going to set up where I normally do, but of course the sun was the wrong time of day. So that's not going to work. But getting outside, it's just a whole different element. It's a whole different vibe to it. And I do feel better about it. So yes, I am still in the process of rolling. It's not extremely heavy. It's just, it's kind of awkward because I left all the feet and the bar on. But here we have it. And I've got to find a nice level spot in my no growing grass zone. I don't know what's up with the grass in this spot. But if you have an opportunity to work outside, that was the point of the story. I hope that you will. And the other thing that I wanted to stress is that sometimes we do make things more difficult than it needs to be, or sometimes we're facing a level of frustration like me now, because it's like I'm trying to bounce and something's not feeling right. So I've got to level this out a little bit more. But what made me think about this was also trying to put on my bra. And this bra, like it's a sports bra. It goes over your head. It comes down. It's a simple process. I've been wearing a bra for many, many decades. I understand the concept. So it's not the lack of understanding. It's just that this bra coming down over my head got like all jumbled up. And no matter what I did, trying to maneuver, like it just did not want to go into place. It did not want to adjust itself. And I was just like, ugh. And so there was no point continuing to fight with it. It was just take it off, like do whatever it is, shake it out, and then restart. And sometimes that's the way things are in life, is you really just have to pause, stop, reassess, restart even, and then get back at it. And that's a little bit even how this felt, because this is technically my second workout of the day. Because what I showed you earlier where my head was clipped off in that video, that was an entire 12-minute workout that I recorded first thing this morning. And I got up and I was ready to go. I thought I had the settings just right so that I was going to be within full camera range. And it just didn't look good enough to be able to share with you. So here I am doing a second workout. So I share all of this because you know what? We do a lot of things, but I am here to show you that it's not about doing it with total perfection. It's not. It's really not. It is about showing up with the consistency. It is about learning as you go. And I want to tell you a story because I used to go swimming, and I was swimming one time at the gym. My child was very young and he was taking swim lessons on one side of the pool. And she said, it's totally fine during his lessons. I have him. You can kind of keep an eye on him and you are welcome to swim. So I was like, okay, great. I'm going to go get my workout done. And so I was swimming. And I would just finish that workout. And at one point she was there watching me come out. And I was like, was so winded and I was exhausted. I was like, wow, swimming is so exhausting. I'm so tired every time I swim. And she says, I bet you are the way you're swimming. I said, what does that mean? She's like, well, you're swimming with your head above the water. I bet that is exhausting to have to keep your head above the water while you're swimming. And I said, oh yeah, I don't know how to swim with my head below water because I can't breathe underwater. She was kind of like smiled and she was very kind about it because to her, it's like so simple. But seriously, I didn't know how to breathe underwater. I had no idea how to do that. And she's like, maybe you should consider taking a couple of lessons sometime. And you know what? I didn't hold that against her for giving me that feedback. I wasn't offended in the least. I was like, maybe she's on to something because if she thinks this is exhausting, then maybe what I'm feeling is the wrong way to be feeling working out, swimming. And so I did. I actually ended up at a different gym to be able to take swim lessons as an adult because she only trained kids. And anyhow, but I started taking lessons. And that very first lesson blew my mind because she just had me hold on to the side of the pool, two hands. I mean, I was in like death grip at this point because I was clutching the edge of the pool. I can remember this, but she had put, I wanted to say AirPods, but earplugs inside. And I had earplugs and I had goggles on, which, I always swam without that kind of stuff too. So that alone made a huge difference for me. It made me feel safer and more comfortable. And so she got me set up with those. And then she told me the process to be able to breathe and turn my head and then breathe underwater and turn my head. And she just taught me that basic process by holding on to the wall. And in one lesson, I was like, what is even happening right now? I'm able to do this? Like just the breathing process and breathing underwater, understanding what that even meant. And so I was just so ecstatic. And because it was such a change of perspective, because I didn't know what I didn't know until I learned it. And that's just like, isn't that the story of life? Like you just don't know what you don't know. And so I think sometimes that we make a lot of things more difficult than they need to be. And so the clues are one, to get some outside perspective, because sometimes somebody else, especially somebody kind and loving and supportive, not somebody being judgmental, can give you some good, honest feedback and even offer some perspective on, is this going well or not? And, here I am, I'm learning how to rebound and I'm sharing it with you. And I am not a master pro and I am not, experienced as far as some other people are. And so I'm learning and I'm watching and I'm constantly expanding what I can do, how I can do it, and just learning even the knowledge of how the rebounder works, like the different modes, not modes, but models of rebounders. You see what I mean? Like there's so many different elements that I have come to learn about this. It's just like when I got so excited to learn how to swim. And this was before the pandemic. And so I joined their adult swim team. Swim team's probably the wrong word, but like they had this master swimmers club that met at 5 a.m. And I would get up, which I was astounded at that time that I could even get up that early. And I would go and I would swim for an hour and I was learning so much. I got to the point, this is amazing, friend. I got to the point of not knowing how to swim underwater, not being able to like breathe and understand the whole concept, like all of that, just being totally baffled my entire life, being kind of a really hesitant around the water and being able to not only swim multiple laps back and forth, but the most I ever swam in one session was I swam an entire mile in one workout session. And I don't remember the amount of laps that was, but I was counting all of that and I did not stop until I made it one whole mile. Like I never even paused. I just kept going because I built up my endurance. I built up my ability and my capacity to be able to do that. And I like that is remarkable because I've come to learn that a lot of people cannot swim. Like, is it 25 down and 25 back is 50? I can't remember, but I remember learning when I could learn how to swim down and come back. And she had told me, like, you've just done something that a lot of people cannot even do. And I was like, wow, really? Like, I just thought it was me. And so here I am rebounding, learning how to rebound, learning how to work out on a daily basis, learning how to take care of my body, learning new things about nutrition and learning how to count my macros, not just calories, learning about scales, not just weighing myself and measuring myself, but actually the body composition and doing a body scanner to learn more about my body. But what the point is there are so many things to learn in life. And I just hope that you will treat it as an adventure. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Like, so does not matter what you have done in the past. Do not let the past be a limitation that holds you back, that stops you from exploring and trying something new. I love that so many of you have been getting in the comments lately and dropping your age and telling me where you're at in the stage of life. Like you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and you are just getting a rebounder, or you're continuing to be bouncing and you're doing things that you know this. Most people your age are not doing. All right, there he goes. There goes my dog. He saw the neighbor, and I clipped out the part where he's gone. Now he's back, and we're good to go to finish out the rest of the session. And it's just giving you more longevity because you have more movement, more capability. I did those leg stretches out to the side earlier because having this bar, and the Bellicon bar is phenomenal, by the way. It is so sturdy. It doesn't shake at all. Feels solid, that I feel so comfortable doing these extra different kind of moves and different stretches, that the power and the confidence that this particular model gives to me, I'm so excited about. But as I'm doing this and as I continue to learn, like, I'm just encouraging you to keep learning, keep investigating, keep getting passionate and excited about figuring out in those moments when you can come across somebody who gives you a little tip, gives you a little nudge in the right direction, and teaches you, like, hey, did you know you could do this a different way? Did you know you could do that better? Did you know? And all of a sudden you come to have a discovery. And yet moment of, I didn't know what I didn't know, becomes an opportunity not to judge yourself, but an opportunity to open the door to the next great thing that is coming in your life. Because you just don't know what could be there and what it could take you to. I had no idea 3 months ago that I would be here now, creating these videos, doing these workouts with you, and having the most fun. So I am excited once again to step into this. I'm so excited you're here and to keep exploring all the things that are coming for us in the future. Happy bouncing, friend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.